Welcome in the last episode of tutorial series how creating PIV from scratch in the Just Blender 2.8. So in this last episode we're gonna take a look we creating the material, this ones, and before we started I will give a little talk about the lighting. So this was the very simple lighting, just at a point, and yes, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 light with 7 point and one spot light, and yes, one camera in here, a really basic lighting. And the next we will talking about how this material is made. Okay, so let's hide all of the object except this one object for preview of our material. Let's select this object and click Ctrl E and hide this. Yes, I will give this Blender file. If you want, you can get in the link description below. It's for free. Yes, absolutely. So let's talking about the texture, or this procedural texture. So let's take this. I got about nine procedural texture in here. Musgrave texture, Musgrave again, noise, Musgrave texture again, Musgrave again, Voronoi texture, Voronoi, yes, many of Voronoi I use for these tutorials. So let's take a look how that look. So let's render it. I'm use eevee, remember. Okay, this was a really basic Voronoi texture. I'm just to change this a little bit of scale of every each of Voronoi texture. So I'm used to texture coordinate, that is I use object and then the second is generated. I'm use color RAM for some time, like this one. Okay, like this is Voronoi texture, another Voronoi texture, because I'm use many variation of Voronoi texture. I'm use these ones and insert this to the color RAM, so we get a subtle Voronoi with a gray white, a little white, yes, something like these ones. And next is, let's talking about, and next let's watch of each of every Voronoi texture. Let's watch it. So like these ones. Yes, of course, I'm doesn't use all of the intensity type of this Voronoi texture. I also use a cell type in this Voronoi texture. So cell type in this Voronoi texture will give us a colorful cell preview like this ones, but I need just two color, that is black and white, that will be used for max. So I'm use color RAM again. A color RAM is very the ones I think the most not I use in this tutorial or in this project. So this, let's watch this Voronoi texture. Okay, that was of every Voronoi and the color RAM output. So it's a little bit confusing for we creating or we learning this from the finished material, but when we starting creating this from zero, that will be, you can following along me. I got a time lapse, maybe I will give this in this tutorial. If you want to watch it, you can go through the timeline, and yes, that is just time lapse, but in this case I will starting to give you some a really simple explanation about it. So for example, like this one, I'm mixing it, that's a 2 color ramp from a Voronoi texture to the one with the setting overlay with this with the default factor that is 0.5, and then I'm mixing it that again with another Voronoi texture, I think. Yes, that's right. From here, change the intensity with color ramp and mixing out with the first overlay node with the 8 another node. So next I multiply this with this is another Voronoi texture too, and we got like this ones. So after that, let's watch it. Yes, I'm gonna change from this multiply view like this one cause it's very subtle. I'm changing it to the like this one with a color ramp and inserting to the mix node, and I'm mixing this with this overlay from I think it's gradient texture. Yes, I think this one is from gradient. Oh no, this one is from this normal. Then I'm mixing out with another normal here with 2 normal, mix with 1 with the setting dot, and mixing over mixing, I think, cause I'm used the one of the node that I has been used for mixing out, so I'm sorting this first and then this first. That is I call over node. Okay, and change the intensity with the color ramp and mixing out with the this is exactly just same from overlay. This overlay node I insert in here and change a little bit, flipping out. Yes, you can look, it's flip, and change the intensity of the black and mixing out with the overlay, mixing out again with the Voronoi texture what I have been made from this this section. So the next is I'm mixing out again from the blue channel of the spirit RGB node. Yes, like this one. I'm got this is from okay, wait for a minute. Yes, I cut from this ones. Okay, and this one is from another Voronoi and another procedural texture. Okay, let's back to the way I'm mixing out with that separate RGB, and I cut like this one. I'ma multiply this with 2, I think, two different nodes from here. Oh, I think no. Yes, from here, and with this one is really go through to the up. It's just, yes, another procedural. So in this material I'm creating a 2 different look. Yes, for the first look is just a raw meat which doesn't get any of hate of whatever is that. So in the second look is I'm creating a little raw stick, I think. So let's take a look how that is look like. So I'm use one of the final node in here that is a still mixed color. Okay, it's a little bit long. Yes, not respawn again. Okay, this one is the final color I'm use for this beef. As you can see in here is the white texture of the white max. I'm got this from a vertex spine. So I'm just painting this one and painting that out Okay, let me search it. A little bit confused in here. Yes, in here. I'm painting this out, just yes, painting with a mouse and little chiseler on. If you doesn't know chiseler, you can find it in. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let's jump to the vertex spine and click, and you can find the tool. Jump to the tool, hit the stroke in here, and turn on the or drag out the chiseler. Okay, like this ones. Okay, then when you stroke this, you will get some a little variation stroke on there. So let's jump again to the object mode and render view. As you can see, I has been painting this out, so it's updated. But I think oh, crash this shit. Let me open that again. Sometimes crash is really make us a stress, and sometimes it's happen. But let's jump to the node again. So after I'm painting the vertex color in here, where's that? Yes, there we go. Here, let's swap this out like this one. I'm change it and invert it to the yes, like this one, mixing out with the, I think this is from another Untitled texture again. I'm got from really, yes, this one is from noise, or this is one is Musgrave. Musgrave is great for creating the white section in this color part. Okay, the one of the little dot white on there. So let's jump and let's talk about the two version of the color. So the first version is this, and yes, it's a really raw stick, and it doesn't get any of raw. I think this is sorry, this is a raw beef and doesn't get any of raw stick. And this is the factor is 1. So I'm mixing the final of two material. That is, the first one is this one. This is a raw stick, I think. This is a raw sticks with a pepper, or yes, another, what is that, is the salt and the other. So the one is this, I think. Yes, this one is this, the fully raw beef. So with the mix node, and we can controlling that and switch that in the fast way, because we just need to track this factor to 1 or 0, or maybe just 0.5 for cut a little raw beef with raw stick. So let's watch this out. So when the factor 0, we got let's call this raw stick with a pepper, yes, something like this one. And when the factor 1 is, we got a really raw beef. Let's change to the 0.5 this out. We will cut a little like this one. Okay, that is. So the really base of this node or this material is just, I'm creating the procedural from the Musgrave noise Voronoi, and I think just that Musgrave noise Voronoi, and change the shape, change the intensity with the color ramp like this ones, and mixing out for creating a max. And we can use that from create our our color. So like the other procedural software like Substance Designer we will work in the grayscale first and then change to the color, and the other sometime like this one. If we talking about the BAM or the normal map, I'm just use the grayscale or from the color from the Voronoi texture and mixing out, and we will get feel like this one. Okay, don't care about the little look wireframe view, cause when you render it, it will be gone. This happen cause you use a Voronoi texture and then insert it to the BAM. This one. Where is the Voronoi texture? And for example, like this ones. This is the Voronoi texture. We will add the vector BAM in here. Let's use another. Yes, something use this and insert this to the height input, and as you can see, we got a little wireframe look in the out of the normal. I don't know, but I think cause I has been rendered and it's look fine for me. So let's delete it. That's just creating the final of the grayscale and use that for everything. For like this one, where's the normal this, and the final normal is I'm use this. Okay, like this, just use grayscale black and white, and I'm insert it to the BAM, and yes, there we go. From the BAM, I'm inserted for each of every normal in here. Yes, I'm just taking for just like this one. And for the deep placement, I'm still use BAM and BAM map and insert it to the normal of the deep placement node and insert the deep placement output to the deep placement node on the material output. That will be great. And yes, the shader what I use is just procedural principle.psdf, and the one is just specular. Let's take a look what it look like. Oh yes, we forgot for turn on our point light, cause it's a shader. Remember, we doesn't get any lighting, we doesn't get any view. Let's turn it on. So as we can see, we very little add some light, turn on that. We get a little really look like a raw beef from the edge freight. Okay, let's try to turn on all the. Okay, as we can see in here, it is what we get from the specular node or from the specular shader. It's great for our raw beef, but I think I need to add once more, that is default in the Blender 2.8, that is principle.psdf. So let's take a look what it look like on the principle.psdf. So there we go. In the principle.psdf, we doesn't get any of specular or any of glossy map. That means we doesn't get any more specularity or the closeness from or than this specular. So with the add node, we will get something like this ones. So the conclusion of this tutorial, how we creating this material of beef and raw stick, working with the procedural texture from a Blender if you want to create a procedural, and if you want to create a big max or specific big max, you can use vertex painting for that. The vertex painting is really handy. Work with the grayscale or the black white color, and then we can use this from creating our color using this color mix RGB. Okay, from the grayscale too, we can creating our BAM or our normal map or our tree placement. Yes, the base is create a grayscale and create everything. After this, I will give you a little time lapse how I'm creating this material from zero. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you guys can learn something. Hit the subscribe and give a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for got latest news from my channel, cause it's free, and with your subscribe and your support I will creating more video like this one for learn purpose.